All right, it's my time, I reckon. Hello, good afternoon. My name is Jos. I'm the business development manager within Vibes. As Vibes, we are representing Vaidio within Europe. Vaidio is a well-known vision AI platform which seamlessly integrates with Milestone. Um, I am trying to get my presentation up, but somehow my computer on my end is also a little bit struggling. So technically, we are growing rapidly within Europe, Western Europe, I would say. So we are since last week officially the only approved system by the government of the Netherlands, by the police. And we are not to be in a competition, but we are growing rapidly within the Netherlands, Belgium, Germany, and also about to expand to the UK within police forces. Another solution is which really familiar within police forces, which is BriefCam. BriefCam originally is really good in forensic search, so searching through retrospectively within material which has passed away already. We can do so as well. We are a little different in why the police is growing with us over here is mainly due to a couple of reasons. First of all, being approved, so we can prove we are completely compliant to the GDPR as well as the EU AI Act. So we can prove, and that's a really important one, especially will become more and more important. We can prove that our system does not have any bias. We can prove or explain on what data sources has our system being trained. Did we use those sources rightfully? So did we get permission to use these sources? Yes, we did. Did we get permission to use these sources for the purpose we are using them for? So we have a complete image library in which we can explain where does the data come from, how is it trained, for what purpose is it trained, to be completely compliant within the EU AI Act. So last 1.5 years, I would say, we've been through a very extensive approval process with 6 different vision AI solutions. And we came out as the only one being approved. Together with the police in the Netherlands, Belgium, as well as Germany, we have recently upgraded our integration with Milestone. We already had an integration with Milestone, but there was a request to do it more, that it was easier to set up. So initially what we did, we could extract all the cameras from Milestone, so you didn't need to connect them individually. And then you had to set up the bookmarks and everything within Milestone, whether it was an event or an alarm. And now this can all be done from a single platform in between. So you're basically getting all the cameras in, you say what the purpose for this camera is, and it automatically can integrate with the right bookmarks within Milestone, which makes setting it up and maintaining the system, instead of within the police with thousands of cameras over here, it needed to take a couple of days to set it up. It's now a couple of hours to set everything up. The beauty or the power of our system is that we are not connected to MAC addresses of a camera. So you can flexibly move licenses from camera A to camera B to camera C whenever you would like to do this. This was one of the reasons why a lot of police forces are growing over here. In the Netherlands, we have police forces divided by 2 sections, probably different names. We have a gray and a blue section, and gray is working under the radar, and blue is the police on the street. They're both working with the same pool of licenses. So if they have a project where they need to know whether a person is leaving a building or a car is moving or whatever, they can install a small camera, activate this license on it. As soon as it's done, they can move the license to another one. So that's a really effective way of utilizing our our license model, which is also makes it really easy growing into the solution. You do not need to make all the cameras intelligent. You can just start with, I don't know, 20, 30, 50, depending on the number of cameras you have available, and just play around to understand what do we really need where. Then you can grow gradually into it until an extent that's fully functioning for you. That's the basic idea of what we do. So I just don't want to spend too much time on all the boring stuff, I would say. Um, are there any questions from your end already before I'm going into demo?
No, not really.
Not really. All right, let's do that. This one. All right. Share my screen. Let me check where it is. Start share screening.
It's the rectangle with the arrow. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've got it. Do you see my screen?
Yes.
All right, cool. As you can see, let me check one thing if that goes all right with this way of sharing. This goes well. Sorry, one check before I'm talking for hours. Yeah, perfect. It's working because sometimes I'm just sharing the screen I'm having open. So, what I would like you to show is that we can easily add up a lot of intelligence onto the camera. So, first of all, I will start searching within the system for a couple of use cases, and I will show you some extra later on. If I click on search, I have thousands of results. In this case, almost 30,000 results. But the power of the system is that we can search on so many different things. So, for instance, you have the same one. I know we are not any different than Briefcam in this one, but we can search on cars, types, or whatever. But we can say, all right, we search for, I don't know, a green car, search for a green car, click on search. Within 0.2 seconds, not many green cars, we find a green car. And we went down from 30,000 results to 16. But in many cases, oh, sorry, I see already a question raised.
Yes. How do you collect data? It's like all the time running all the cameras to tag the
Good question.
IDs.
All of them together. So if cameras are connected to the system and this license is running, we collect metadata every millisecond. So twice a second, we will capture metadata from the images that are coming in. But what they can also do is we say, for instance, all right, Milestone, can you please get me the footage of those cameras from, I don't know, last weekend or a day or whenever, what time window is interesting for you. You can just say, all right, please get this information into the system. It will then buffer all the information and will generate all the metadata. That's the second option. The third option is just uploading video material. So I can just upload any footage that I have, just drop it in there, and it will run through the system. And I will show you just a quick example. Is that
what type of formats it allows?
The formats that we have, I will show you. Vaibs.com. It's video search. Let's put it to English. English solutions. Video search. What types? No, where is it? Shit. I can share them over. Why is it not here? Because there are like 7 of them. It's MP4, AVI, MOF. Let me check.
MKV.
Yeah, yeah. I can share them over. They're like 8 or
Okay.
something of them. I thought it was in there, so apologies.
Yes, and when you connect cameras to the license, is there a specific codec or what is needed? Because we have some like Mobotics cameras that uses MXPEG coding, not 264H or 265H.
Yeah. But will that one go first to Milestone, or would you like to connect them directly?
Through Milestone. But the
Yeah, but
Milestone.
we just pick it from Milestone then. Just say, all right, get all the videos in, import cameras. We can just import all the cameras in there. I'm not sure if Milestone is up and running now with us. No, could not connect MVR. Doesn't matter. So we get them all in. We work on codecs like we are very much familiar with Mobotics. We work a lot with Mobotics here in the healthcare industry, which they're really big in. So yes, we can connect directly with Mobotics. But if you go through Milestone anyway, we can integrate it from Milestone.
Okay.
Secondly, we do both H.264, H.265 are supported as well.
Okay. And what is the limit for the FPS?
Now there's no really limitation on it, but usually we recommend using 15, which we'll do basically with all the analytics we have currently available. So we can capture aggression, we can capture knives, weapons, those kind of things with 15 FPS. It's usually not needed to put it any higher. Lower would work as well, but our preferred or most preferred settings are full HD and 50 frames per second.
Okay, so I was asking because we have some mobile cameras that basically runs from 8 to 12 FPS, so the data wouldn't be so big, but we can adjust that.
Yeah, and that's completely fine as well. We have a lot of customers running on 5.
Okay.
It's a little bit depending on where you want to go to. So if it's a really, the more we get into things like aggression or behavioral detections, the more it's preferred to go up to 50.
Yeah. Okay.
If you rather go for object detection, even weapons, we do not need so many. 12 would be more than enough, but 8 would do as well. The only thing is it will be a tiny bit slower before we actually capturing it, because you're just giving us lower number of frames.
Okay.
So good question. Thank you for asking. So ideally, we connect Milestone, get them to the system, and you have a complete list of cameras. Good to understand is that what we did with the police in the Netherlands, we basically have all the cameras preset. Because we only say, right, what cameras do we need to make? We need to activate. Everything is already set up accordingly. So all the cameras that you might need to use, don't do it initially. I'm talking already way before. But start with a group of cameras, get to understand how we work. But as soon as you are confident in working with us, look on what scale of cameras you possibly would like to use, connect them all. So the good thing is with the police in the Netherlands, if they need to activate, for instance, there is a big football match or whatever, which is a little bit more exciting over here in the Netherlands. They need some AI around the stadium, around the train stations, around other aspects of the city. If, for instance, an industrial estate or where the companies are, it's less interesting. So they're basically moving them, but everything is already correctly configured. So you basically only need to activate. And as you can see, within this full list of cameras that I have within this demo instance, there is currently just one being activated, which is London Abbey Road. But I could easily say, please let me know, activate this camera. And it's working right away. The AI is now working on this camera. But if it's not needed anymore, I can turn it off, or I turn another one on, and this one. And this works to the extent of the number of licenses you have available within your license. So you could say, we would like to run 20 concurrent licenses, so you can make 20 cameras intelligent at the same time. Which is really interesting, since what we're doing with London City is they are running campaigns. They say we have a lot of issues with phone thefts, so they have those electric scooters driving around, but they didn't understand what they were doing and they couldn't really get hold on them. So they were doing campaigns. They were picking them up. They were tracking them down, which I will show you, cross-camera tracking, and they got to understand how they were behaving. Where did they go after the incident? Because at that point they had situational awareness, and instead of they went directly to the incident, they needed to know they could go 2 blocks away because they always ended up there. We are creatures of habit, so we tend to do the same thing over and over if it's successful. Also, they found out that some parts of the cities were not monitored by cameras. And so people know where cameras are. So they faded out in dark within a park, and they chose to put a mobile camera, temporary camera, in their park to have vision on what's actually happening there. And then they could easily track someone down, and at some point someone didn't end up in front of the next camera. They knew he was in that area, and they picked him up in the bushes in that park. So he was hiding, but they knew he must be here somewhere. So they are running campaigns to. They always say, you never fixing an issue is usually fixing a problem is usually bringing up a new problem which we didn't know before. So it's always, as we call in the Netherlands, cat and mouse game. So they're always chasing each other. If one way is not working anymore, they find another way. And that's so they basically moving away licenses over and over and over. So that's what they're doing now. So we have a complete list, and based on what your requests are, you can turn them on, you can turn them off as requested. I will show you a couple of things. So it's generated metadata. Oh, again, ask.
Yes, I have a question about activation, deactivation. Is it possible to pre-schedule it? Like, I always know that at the nighttime, several cameras are very, very needed. So can I schedule it?
Yeah. So yeah, sure, we can do that. Yeah, we are familiar with that. So if you know certain cameras are interesting during daytime, others during nighttime, you can do that. Yeah, just like that.
But scheduling, yeah.
Yeah. So you would
manual.
need, and it from 10 in the night, some cameras will be activated and some others will be deactivated.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, we need it's little development on our side, but it's minor. It's not a big thing. But we are very experienced with that, not especially with the police here in the Netherlands, but within retail. They're changing different cameras during daytime within the city mall, which they want to have retail analytics. But at nighttime, they would like to prevent intruders, which is different. So they switch analytics from day to night, and we automatically do so.
Martin, you have a question?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you put the camera to some new place, does this system has to train for some time?
No. It's running instantly, literally instantly. So all the models that we have, which are GDPR compliant and EU AI compliant, as soon as you activate them, they are working. The only thing you sometimes have is if you have an analytic, for instance, they have issues with vandalism and they would like us to detect vandalism. But vandalism is sometimes just a bit more challenging to set up because what is vandalism? And then but that's just configuring. So how sensitive does the software needs to be? But as soon as you activate license plate recognition, as soon as object detection, weapon detection, as soon as you activate it, it's working directly, immediately. Yes, ask questions.
Yeah. The list where the cameras, can you set it back?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, you have a grouping thing, yeah.
Yeah, we have grouping, and we work with single sign-on as well, so you can completely integrate it with Milestone and LDAP. Sorry, I maybe went too quickly over, which is really good for you to understand. In the Netherlands, we connected with LDAP, so it's connected to your user management settings you're already having. As soon as you set a new, for instance, you have a new employee. As soon as that one has been created, he has access to the system with the rights and permission that he should have.
Yes, so you manage it that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So that's what in the Netherlands they're using
Yeah.
LDAP. And as soon as you have a new employee or someone is leaving, it will be automatically being registered in the same manner within our system.
Okay, as we are here, can you switch to log? To logs?
So the log is basically all the changes that has been done within the system will be logged, which makes sense. You also see how many resources do we have available, what has changed. If you would like to see on the personal matter, we have the audit trail.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And the audit trail, you can basically see what user from what IP address did what. And you can basically search for anything as well. So if you see, I don't know, if something with London camera has changed, we can click the search for London cameras because it's that's weird. It was always working, now it's not working. Did someone play around with these settings? You can easily see, yeah, someone, user XYZ changed this, causing this issue or not having the right information out of it.
Okay. The main thing is I was searching for search by user because in Milestone we have some difficulties with audit logs there. But yeah, I think there's good enough for us this way, as you have done.
Good. I maybe quickly went over it. We do have all the settings, how what theme would you like to do? Would you like, if you have a false report, would you like to be able to send it to our R&D? By default, it's turned off because it needs to be in line with your organization's policy. Because if someone clicks on it, that means that the information will be sent to our R&D. Secondly, our system can run completely offline when requested, so we can update, install, do everything offline. And to do this, you need an internet connection, which is possibly to send things out of the system. We can, how long do we need to save the log for? How long do we need to save the audit trail for? We can add a GPS map, so I will show you that one later on, but you can plot someone on a map, which is really powerful. Show model in make and model recognition, so we know cars and we can say, right, it's a BMW X3 or X5, especially the X3, X5 is what I'm mentioning now. I will be really honest with you, the police in the Netherlands has said, all right, do not turn it off. because we gave them too many details to search on. So the more details you put into your query, the bigger the chance you are wrong, especially with the newest cars. X1, X3, X5 look pretty much similar. So the Reddit said, let them search for black BMW X, just not anything added to it, because it's more likely that they find it quicker than you give them it's an Volkswagen ID3, ID5, ID, etc. So you can turn that one off. We have the possibility, as you can see, to add up multiple objects within the system. As you can see, a model is containing different AI models, which is basically objects. We can train for you if you have specific objects that needs to be trained, which are not in the system yet. We can train them for you, keep the model exclusive for you. And for instance, we do so. We have a few specifically trained as fire and smoke. It's also weapons. And it's like if I click on it, you will see weapon detections, handgun, knife, and rifle. So we can easily top them up. What we did in London, for instance, London have issues with those electric steps, those mopeds as they call it. Oh, I see Martin has gone. And they wanted to know, they wanted to be able to search and to be notified if they were entering a park at night. But we didn't know the step. We didn't know this moped. So we trained it for them, and literally within 3 weeks, we had it up and running within their system. And they were notified if someone was entering a park at night with such an electric step, because they knew in many cases this would mean something bad was going to happen. So in any case, if that's for you something we need to do, we can easily do this within a couple of weeks.
Sorry, Martin joined me because he had another issue. So we are at the same computer. But I see that you have a section mail. What is it? Can you tell me more about it?
Sorry, this section you mean?
Mail.
Oh yeah, sure. We can connect it to an SMTP server.
Okay,
So
you're sending some triggers from the.
Yeah. So the power of the system is that it can send triggers to anything. So within the police in the Netherlands, we send it to Milestone, of course. The operator is working within Milestone. So Milestone is receiving it as an event or as an alarm, how they want to have it. Secondly, in a lot of cases, when I say the ones working under the radar, we need to send it to BlackBerry or other phones as well. So it can also be sent to that, but it also can be sent to an email. It can be to go to multiple directions if you want so. So in this case, if we would like or need to send it out by email, we need to connect it to an SMTP server.
Okay, thank you.
So we have user management settings. Yeah, you can basically by user accounts or user groups basically say someone is allowed to see certain cameras within this group. But if I click on it, I can say he's allowed to view it or also to manage it. Is he allowed to upload for this different source controls? This is mainly for research or forensics. In the Netherlands, it's basically that you say, all right, we have a research file, we have an operation running, which has named Project ABC, and you can give someone only access to all the videos and material which is available under Project ABC. So you can only allow him to see that, so he doesn't see anything else in the system. Yes, please ask.
About LDAP groups. So I understand that we can do LDAP integration, but it integrates one group from LDAP or multiple groups from LDAP.
What we want to do is we connect the groups of Milestone to our groups. So a specific group or user group within Milestone or within your LDAP will be connected to a group here,
Oh,
having
okay.
certain rights.
Yeah, okay. I understand.
We can also say, all right, are they allowed to use all the different analytics that we have, or they cannot see it, they can view it, or they can manage it? Good to understand. I'm not sure how the local legislation is within Latvia. The EU says it's forbidden to use facial recognition in public areas. But the
Except
EU,
for police.
now they said, except if there is a local legislation below it which allows you to. So
Usually they don't read. There's another regulation for police and that approach. But okay.
there, now and then why I'm bringing it up, the police in Germany, and Germany is usually pretty conservative on data and privacy. They are allowed to use facial recognition for forensic search. They cannot do it on live cameras, but they can do on forensic search. The police in Netherlands is not allowed to do it in any way. The police in Belgium are debating how to be able to use it. So that's why I brought it up. So if that is allowed to use or probably being used in the future, we are the number one in the world being camera agnostic using face recognition. So, but you can also say in that case, which will be important then, is someone allowed to see it? No, he doesn't. Some people are, but the others aren't. But also we can maybe grant him access to different lists, so he doesn't even need to know there are lists around. So if you have some high profile targets, which maybe with with some risks with it, you can put them on a list which will only be notified to certain of your group. So it goes to a pretty far extent in how we can organize user rights. And also, is he allowed to add cameras, alerts, etc. So that's all right. I think let's jump into some use cases, what we can do. What I was showing, and I will jump to another demo in a short moment. We can search on anything. So the system, if the camera is connected, we generate metadata. If you upload video material, it's generating metadata. You can search on it. You can search on specific videos or only the ones you are allowed to use. Or you can retrospectively retrieve videos from Milestone. So if you do research, you can bring up all the cameras, but let's jump into this one first. So you can search, but you can also say, well, I'm searching for a car. I don't know what brand, but someone told me it's a big car, so I will search for an SUV. I just freely type in SUV, click on enter, and as you can see, it's picking out larger cars. And of course, it's not always an SUV, or sometimes it's debatable what is an SUV, but it's already at least selecting the bigger cars. Now, maybe you don't even know it was a sports car. I can also type in sports car. And I didn't even see it, but there is a small sports car down there. Search, and you see it's the same car over and over. It's just standing still there for quite a long time.
Can you exclude certain type?
Yeah. So we can say exclude license plate, exclude make. So yes, or we say it has a quantity of different cars. We know it's two Volkswagen Polos together. Search for Volkswagen Polo, put the quantity on 2, and it's only showing you the images which has 2 Volkswagen Polos.
Okay.
We can also search on person and saying, right, we search for a person and we're still searching with it. I think it was 30,000 results, but we you always end up that you say, right, it was a person. We searched for a person which was wearing this, this, and this. But honestly, and you will probably approve or confirm, this also is ending up sometimes with too few options. And what we added, you can basically type in person taking a selfie, which is not interesting for you, or making a selfie. Is there no one making a selfie now? Oh, that's too bad.
Can you search for taxis?
Yeah, sure. Oh, it's now searching for a person making a selfie. I hope I have some results. Yeah, person making a selfie. Yeah, sure. What we can do, we can say vehicle, taxi. Taxi. Taxis.
Can you exclude electric cars?
The non-electric taxis. Or
No,
what?
just not non-electric.
That's intelligent. Let me check. I haven't checked that one. Electric. But any electric car or electric taxis?
Any electric.
Oh. Vehicle. Electric. Taxi. Taxi. Exclude. Must be possible. Good question, though.
Maybe just to help you a little bit, Jose. So in Latvia, we got all electric cars got a blue LPR. Yeah, I mean this
That
license
one
plate
is much easier.
is in blue. Yeah. So
Okay.
the others have it in black. Yeah. So maybe this would help. Yeah. And Davis, maybe you can also give a background why do you want it and
No,
I can imagine,
the
but
funny
still.
thing is we do the same. We have blue license plates in the Netherlands as well for taxis, and we have trained it into the system, but it's not running in this demo system, but for a customer, and that makes it easier. So we can say, well, we would like to see all the cars, but not the one with the blue license plate. That's it.
Yeah, because we have bus lanes and they can drive electric and also taxis.
Yeah, but that one is
Actually,
really easy. So what we say,
but not
sorry?
all of them. Okay, show me first.
Well, what I will do, just to give you an example. So what we say, all right, I would just take the right lane as a taxi lane or electric lane, or we just say, please have an intrusion, non-electric taxis. Please show me all the cars, and then I say with or without, and then blue license plate, whether I've not in the system running, but show me if there is any car passing by which doesn't have a blue license plate. It will. So we can easily within our detection say, all right, it's a bus lane. We would like to see anyone who's not a bus, but also we would like to see all the cars, but exclude the one who have a blue license plate.
Okay.
That's not the good thing is that we can top up different things within our detections, and you will be notified within milliseconds if someone is entering that lane who wasn't supposed to be there. And if the other lane is something different, we do for the other lane, we do something different as well. So you can easily build multiple boxes and say, all right, he's not allowed to be here, or I will maybe do it. I will just delete. I'm not sure. Asking these questions, I'm basically filling this one in. Someone is only allowed to go into this lane, but some people are try to go below there and go into the wrong direction for a quick moment. We can just say, oh, please let me know any cars which goes into the wrong direction and let me know.
Okay. As I understand, you have connected live cameras to the server,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you show us the stream? We want to check how it is when we set a trigger and how the response comes.
Yeah.
For the
Check. So this one is connected. What I did in London Abbey Road is I said, if there's more than 5 people on this zebra above, please let me know. So I said, all right, I called them Beatle wannabes. It's the cover of the Beatles, so everyone's passing by like the Beatles. If there's more than 5 persons, I'm giving a trigger. It's too busy. Here I have dwell time. If a person is spending more, in this case only 5 seconds, in this case 10 seconds within this box, we will let you know. So we can see, even though we make everyone unique, if there is like 15 or 20 people of them, we will give you a trigger of that single one who's staying there for a longer time. Intrusion. No, let me delete this one. Cell phones. Let me show anyone with a cell phone down here. And also I'm counting all the bicycles, buses, cars and motorcycles and trucks on this road. For whatever reason. You can just save it. Why is it not each engine? Why? Oh, intrusion is not set correctly. Let me do that again. Cell phone. Cell phone. It must be working now. Check. If we go to the detections, you for instance see on the right all the detections that we have done in the last couple of moments, and you see they're jumping in. We said if someone is spending more than 5 seconds within this box, let me know. You see 5.90 seconds, 5.11 seconds, 5.12 seconds, but it's busy over there. So you will see, even though the one here in the back is spending more time there. This alert can directly be sent to Milestone, literally directly, or any other device where you would like to have it to. And as you can see, within this box, it's busy at the moment. Everyone who's spending more than 5 seconds, you will be notified of. And I can show you the live London Abbey next to it. Abbey. How is that? Public. So you see the group down here. You see on the right that it's picking up everyone who's spending there more than 5 seconds. That's how live detection goes. So we're picking up from this one, and then you can go search on or trigger whatever else. But I would like to show you something which is really important within our system. It's not just detecting people or cars. It's also going further than that. So I just give you an example. The cross camera tracking. Oh, not this one. I would just select a number of cameras for demonstration purposes. I click on search, and for instance, we receive a notification or we search for this person. I don't know, he was wearing black. We found him. What we can do, completely GDPR compliant and highly effective, being proven by police, cities, football stadiums, seaports, basically everywhere. We can click on this person and without using biometrics, we click on track. And by doing so, he's basically picking out about 60 points, and he's recognizing him on all the other cameras as well. But this one, he's even being recognized on the back. So that shows that the system is not using biometrics, but he understands, all right, he has more or less the same posture, he's wearing the same. So if I take off my jacket and below there it's a yellow shirt, there is a chance he won't recognize me anymore. But also, my colleague, he went to London lately, and I also asked him, all right, please wear the same clothes, make it easy for us, but pass by the camera, and he's being recognized in London. And then you can say, all right, this is him. Yeah, I'm sure he's it. He's the same guy, he's the same guy. And what I'm doing currently, by clicking on the plus, I can also delete if it's an incorrect one. On busy streets, you will have incorrect ones. I'm giving the system more details. I can click on track, and you will see he's getting more results. I should please show them chronically in time, and also show them on the map. Where did he go to? And how did he walk around? In this case, I chose an indoor map, but I can also do a GPS map. But in this case, it's only one location. So we can easily track to understand what's happening, but where did he come from and where did he go to? We can do the same thing with cars. So just jump in right there, picking out a few other cameras. Of course, if you have a license plate, we are highly effective in detecting license plates, even though I'm sometimes uncertain if it's what's on the plate. But we can also say, all right, please show me all the cars. And then, for instance, I'm picking out this one and said, please show me if you've seen this car more often. And you will see he's picking up directly the same car. Like I said, please show me on the map how he's been driving around. He's been driving around like this on the GPS map. Also, this is really powerful, not because I am aware a black Skoda is a black Skoda, and if they really look like the same, sometimes it's tricky to differentiate them because some cars just really look like the same. But the powerful thing is how the police in the Netherlands is utilizing it. And maybe you do not capture the license plate on all the cameras, but you capture a bit of the car and you say, oh, well, can you recognize this car? And maybe on another camera, you say, all right, it makes sense on the way how they traveled. So it's very likely that this one is the same car. And now I can capture the license plate and search for the license plate. So it's also just a really easy way to find, all right, can we find more details about this car? And it's very easy to see, all right, does it make sense in the results that we have that this is the same car? Yes, it does make sense. And if some results are not making sense, you can delete them. You get an idea, all right, he came from here, he's going there. That's really powerful for following up right now in cases of incidents. But it's also really powerful to understand criminal patterns.
Can you try the search by the parameters, like a white Peugeot? I think it is with a red roof.
It's not activated on this camera, unfortunately. I only have a very small license on this camera. So I can search for it, but it won't give you this result, but I can search for it. Not sure how many white Peugeots are driving in London though. That's the Vaibs. Why is it not giving the right results? Oh, sorry, the camera's not activated. That's correct. So I search for white BMW.
Oh, can we add to the prompt then the roof? What's this thing called?
Black roof?
Panorama or
Panorama roof.
oh yeah.
Not sure if I'm going to find this one. Might be a little bit into detail. Oh, boom. Panorama roof. It has a panorama roof, but it's not a BMW, to be honest.
Yeah, but it seems all the
Yeah, it's now. Yeah.
It's
This
not
one
a
is very,
BMW,
this
but
one's very panorama. Now, so what I usually suggest, just search for white BMW branded, or don't go too much into detail, because the bigger the chance the system is still making a mistake. Good for you to understand as well. We do also understand, and we can trigger on it as well. For instance, a person that runs, in some areas you would like to know if someone is running. Because if they're running away, that means panic or trouble, or both. So the system has contextual understanding, so you can trigger on both of them. So you can say, right, someone is running in some areas where they should be running at a certain amount in a certain time of day. And also, and then I will jump to another one, might be interesting for you. It's for cloud free. You will see the newest version. This is beta testing now, but I will show you anyway already. We do, this is the newest version, so it's also new for your Armands. What I will show you is how accurately we are in weapon detection. So I can just search and just say, all right, do I have all of them? No, let's do all of them. Can you please search me if there was a weapon? Handgun, boom, boom. You see handguns. You see that's a handgun down here.
how many
see-
pixels it needs to detect a gun?
We need 30 pixels on target
Okay.
to accurately detect a weapon. Because we've created some videos for the Dutch police, and let me check one thing. It's this one. Let me check if the camera is activated. This one, because that video is even being recorded within the training facilities of the police over here. Okay, I will start this video and then we'll jump to the other screen. So what I've done, I will explain you initially. We've said, all right, if there is a weapon within this blue box, handgun, knife, or rifle, please let me know. And what you also need to do, you need to detect it twice within 5 seconds before you're letting me know. So you can play around how sensitive does the software needs to be. That's what I put into the system. I will activate this one. I will go there. I think it's this. Oh, shit. Oh, unfortunately, he already passed by. So you saw him coming in with a weapon. This weapon is 40 pixels, but he's already detecting it. He's 100% sure it's a weapon. So that's how accurately it's picking it up. We are number one in the world in weapons, so I can confidently say. But I know the biggest problem is not always the handguns and the rifles, but we do have, at least in Western Europe, mainly issues with knives. And let me activate this video and show you. Yeah, boom. You see, they are both having weapons with them, and I will show you the results later on. Now he has both. That one is being recognized as a handgun. 100% sure. 49 pixels wide, 170 high. This one, knife. It's not 100% sure, 81. And it's only 32, and it is a knife.
Can you find the person with a bottle in its hand?
Yeah. I need to jump to the other one. No. Yeah, no. Let me jump again. It's a little bit in between two platforms. person with bottle. Oh, not all cameras are connected, that's correct. So you see the white bottle, the bottle of water. So she even has a bottle.
Yeah, it's a good result.
Yeah, I think it's a bottle, but I'm not completely sure. But the hands look like she's just putting the lid back on it or off.
Can you set it on a live trigger?
Yeah. So what we do then, we say, all right, if we need to know if someone has a bottle in his hand, we do intrusion. I set up an extra intrusion. I do 2 intrusions. I just say, all right, please let me know if the person with bottle, if there is a person. All right. How sensitive does it need to be? If you see 2 times in 5 seconds, I'm fine. Would you like to dedupe events? Yes, you would always, because otherwise we're just sending every frame we see someone with a bottle, right? Still see him, still see him. With deduping, he's not sending you alerts over and over, but only after the cooldown interval of 9 seconds in this case, but you would usually turn it up to 60 or whatever. And now it's activated. And it's working. Another good thing maybe to emphasize as well, especially in relation with, so if we have set this up, we then can say, I do it manually now, just create an alert rule. Person with bottle, it's an intrusion. Oh, I'm misspelling, oh, sorry. Bottle. Hey, London. Person with bottle. What we can do, which is really, it might be really interesting for you as well, what basically all other systems are doing, and that will happen if you have a taxi lane, for instance, and you would like to know if there is a non-taxi driving in that lane. That lane could potentially maybe cross multiple cameras. So if a car is driving into that lane, he will be picked up by the first, by the second, by the third, by the fourth camera. That's great, but if you are a control room operator, you don't want to have 4 detections. You're already looking at it. So you got the first one. We can have multiple alerts with a cooldown interval. So you say, all right, if you send an alert for this one, we are already looking at it. Don't send it again, only send it back after a minute or whenever. So you can unburdening the control room with working with Milestone, with having all those notifications over and over for things you do not need to know because they're already looking at it. We notified them already. And then you connect it to Milestone. But that's if we are lucky. No, still one with bottle now. We also, I'm not sure if you are interested, but we can also search for aggressive behavior, which has some pros and some cons. I have to be honest. What we can do, we can see whether there's any aggression there. So I can turn this one on and then activate this one.
Can you explain how the system detects it?
Yeah, so there's 2 ways of doing it, to be honest. So, God, it's taking way too long to show you. Where is it? Is it already on? Oh, it's already on. Oh, it's... I was just showing you earlier on that we have we can just type in, right? We can person runs, person making a selfie, person with bottle. We can also say, right, person that person is fighting. The system, so that's why I want to explain two ways. There's one is lower on resources, which is this one. It's called natural language enhancement. It looks on how people are behaving towards each other. I would call it fighting. You should be aware that in some scenarios where it's very likely to have friends all over, the people can make the same movement towards each other, which is not fighting. If you are near stadiums or maybe within police stations in general, so we're doing it with the largest bank in the Netherlands. People tend to become aggressive towards personnel stuff. We also have a vision language model specifically trained to do so. It's requesting a bit more on the hardware. It's very much consuming, but the system can basically recognize on multiple frames whether it's aggression or not. This one, so the one I'm showing now, if even with my friends I'm just making a fun fight, he's likely to pick me up as well. The vision language model understands what happens before and after, and it has a higher accuracy, but it's also a vision language model. It's requesting more on hardware. So you usually pick out some places where you would like to use those, and not like we would like to see this in all the city, because that will request quite a lot on hardware. We do both, depending on the scenario where we're using them.
Okay, so I understand that this method would not detect one hit.
Yeah, this one is basically, I think the difference is how you should see it. This one is still monitoring single frames. Can we see aggression in a single frame? It's basically transforming what I've typed in, person is fighting, into how it should be looking, and all right, this is fighting. So he picked out, with what I've done, picked out those. He said, this looks like fighting, the guy's in the back. He thinks, all right, this looks like fighting. This looks like fighting. A vision language model is monitoring basically the video. It's understanding not only that two people having an aggressive attitude to each other, but also what's happening around. And they will understand that a friendly fight where it's like maybe holding a hand around your neck and playing around with each other, that it has built up differently than an aggressive fight where it's like a sudden aggressive movement and punches and whatever. We as humans are really good to understand the context. AI usually found it really tricky to do so, but now we have vision language models, which we utilize for city traffic, so accidents, red light violations, those kind of things. But we also use those for aggression detection. Because accidents, for instance, what we initially did, if two cars are really close to each other at the crossroad, it's most likely be a traffic accident. And now you can ask a city traffic management tool module of us, please let me know if there is an accident. And you just put it in a prompt, and it will just explain you, all right, we just saw a traffic accident with the car coming from the left, the other car coming from the right, a lot of debris scattered all over the place. It's a four-way intersection. It's basically explaining what's being shown.
Do you have a full
multiple
video
scenes.
of this scene?
Not yet. I need to.
You
I
wanna
will
look?
ask.
I just wanna understand if the first or second hit or attack was detected, or is it was like fifth or sixth.
In this case, let me check with the team because they've been working with the largest bank in the Netherlands very intensively. If there is any footage that we can share, because that's probably the most tricky part
Yes.
with you.
Yes, because I wanna see the first detection because as you know, multiple fights end with one hit, and if we
Yeah.
didn't detect it, so we didn't see it at all.
To be honest, if it's in an open area, just like the video here, I'm pretty confident that we will get it. If it's in a really crowded place, it might be a little bit more challenging, I would say.
Yeah. Okay, but check with the team.
Yeah,
Is
I will check with the team and I will forward the reply to Armand.
Okay, thank you.
And also just a question, yeah, let's say just an idea, can it be combined also with, let's say, the person fall? If there is a one hit and one person falling, yeah, then it's alarm for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we let me jump to the other one again. Sorry guys for jumping over from platform to platform, but it's a little bit in between of two platforms. It's a little bit confused going from cloud to cloud. Yeah, there it is. So when we, for instance, person fall, let me fall. Using the finding anything. Where do I have a person fall in here? Just show me on not this one. Let me show you on one lower. If we do person fall, and in some areas I would like to know if someone is falling down. Maybe it is complete view. A lot of systems say, all right, if someone's spending there too long, all right, how sensitive, how much time should it take? The system is only starting to alert from 5 seconds on. Because if it's fewer than 5 seconds, usually people standing up themselves, they don't need any help. So it's more from safety perspective. But we can also say, please, does it need to be falling, which is always activated? Or does crouching and sitting also would like to be notified? Because we use this in an airport and people tend to sit a lot on the ground. Initially, our system thought, all right, yeah, someone on the ground, but you probably would like to know. If you do it in the chemical industry, sitting is also critical because people are just probably fainting. So we can say, all right, what would we like to know? And if you activate this, we will let you know when someone is falling, crouching, or sitting after, I would say more or less 6-7 seconds, because it's 5 frames after 5 seconds. Oh, here, funny. This is our own robotics camera. You were asking about if we could connect to robotics. This is directly connected to our own robotics camera in our office with the RTSP.
Yeah.
So we do connect directly with them. I'm aware of time. I think we had scheduled in an hour and I'm over time already. Are there any critical or really questions I need to answer now?
Just a second.
Maybe what we can think about, yes. So basically, let's give Riga Municipal Police to digest what was shown today, what you have heard, yeah. So and we can arrange, let's say, a meeting on quite short notice, another meeting, if there are some follow-up questions or follow-up demonstrations required. Davis, is it okay? Or...
I had a talk with the Martin, and we have a question about can you detect anything unusual that didn't happen in the camera?
What makes it unusual?
Basically, multiple factors. Like it's a fight, it's a person sleeping there, yes, people running in the places where they never run.
Yeah, so
Or it's basically you put all these setups and then wait if someone gets a notification.
there's two ways of fulfilling those requests. I would say the old school way of AI is how I've shown you the majority. Someone is falling, someone is running, we just activate multiple analytics, which just serves those different unusual behaviors. But you need to have them, you need to be able to say what's unusual. The other one is working with a vision language model. A vision language model, but it needs to run for quite a long time to understand what is usual. because and that can really differ in time, because what is usual in summer doesn't mean it's usual in winter. Because then it would say unusual is, I don't know, people walking differently on the street, or so when we know the specific things that we could call unusual, we can say falling, we can say running, we can just easily set that one up. And setting that one up for just one camera, we can easily set it up for other cameras as well. I'm always aware if people say unusual behavior, if you put it on the street, a lot of unusual things happen. And it would only work out if you have over a year of video that runs through the system. And then it needs to pick out unusual behavior. But if there is a strike, if there is a school bus, or there is anything, but usually doesn't happen over there, will be notified as unusual. So it's always a tricky one. But if the examples you've given, you can easily configure those. Those are really easy.
Do you have people counting also?
Yeah, sure. It's basically now what you see here in the view. It's counting all the vehicles, but the same I can do with people. So I can go back to that camera. And the good thing is we highly accurate on this one. So we can do it on multiple cameras at the same time. We work in airports, for instance, Dublin Airport, but also Schiphol is the airport in Amsterdam. They need to know how many people are on a pier. And to be honest, an airport is a pretty challenging place to count the number of people with the cameras. And we got it with both up to 98% accurate. And what we do, we say, all right, I pick London Abbey Road again. We have object counting, but let me, oh, you see here, it's already people counting down here. The other one, or, oh, it's only dogs. I don't know why that's dogs. But I will put person in it as well, so it will count the number of dogs and persons. And we have an in and an out count. And now it will start. It will start counting from here on. London Abbey Road, and I will delete all the others. And you see already 4 in, 2 out. And so there is an occupancy, but this is not connected to any other lines. So I could, if I had multiple lines, I could connect all of them. And we can also count an occupancy of a city center, of a district, of whatever, or buildings, maybe from you. Yeah, and we can do all this cross analysis. We can even let you know if it's getting too crowded somewhere. So we can actively send triggers. You see now 4 out of 5. We can actively send triggers. All right, if the counting, say it's counting, object counting. And we can say, all right, do multiple lines. This one. And all day, I would like to know persons. If the occupancy of multiple lines is over 100, 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, whatever you would like to know, we would like to know. But also we can say if the number of counting in goes too high, we can let you know. Really depending on how you would like to see it. So you can do all those cross analysis, picking out the city by subsections. We can pick out parkings. In London, they are utilizing this feature. If they need to send police over into a park because there is some trouble, they use this object counting to understand how many people are in the park. Because are we going to send 2 officers down if there's like 50 people down there? No.
Can you, excuse me, can you remind me how many pixels you needed to detect it's an object as a person?
30.
30.
30.
Yeah, okay.
And to count them, we need 40 because we need to keep everyone unique.
Okay, okay. Okay, okay, I got the idea.
So this works really accurately. Is there anything else? I think the license plate is running here as well, isn't it? Yeah. So we capture all the license plates. You can search on license plates as well. Partial license plates.
Or
So you
something
can
like
search.
crowd counting.
Yeah. So what we can also do, so it's depending on what you would like to see. So you can do people counting. We can count on if they're passing by different lines. But we can also say, all right, we would like to know London Abbey Road. How busy is it in the view of the camera? And we can say, for instance, crowd. If, let's say this one. If there is more than, I will put it low, otherwise I won't receive any crowd detection.
The other sidewalk wouldn't have the amount of pixels, right? That's why you choose the right side.
Sorry, again?
The left side, people would have
Oh no,
less.
I can do all because we would even count them in the back.
Okay.
So I can also do this. Let me again. As long as we have the sufficient amount of pixels, it will be fine. Can say crowd detection, Abbey Road. So we can do it with anything now, cars. So basically it's crowd, but it used to be people, persons. But you can also say, I would like to know how many cars, bikes, whatever is down there, any object we have or object we have trained. Let's go for person. We can also do, maybe that's a good one. Hats. If it's really crowded, it's sometimes easier to count heads. So we differentiate the head from the person. We can also count on them, so we can also use them for the people counting.
But
For
it's
instance,
still
on the
30 pixels on a head then, right?
yeah, so you need few pixels on the head, so you can reach
Okay.
further away on detecting heads than on persons.
Can you set a second point in an image? Can you set a second point a little bit? Yes. So, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. Let's check. Head. I will do 10, so it's very likely to get 10 in it. Save. Let us check this one. Is there 10? I think there is 10. Why isn't he picking up? Yeah, no, it's the wrong one. Wrong direction, wrong direction. That's weird. Maybe I should check one more thing.
What was the setting crowd threshold? I didn't quite understand the meaning.
Oh, sorry. How many should be there before we sending an alert?
Ah, okay, okay,
So it's a minimum of 10 in this case.
okay.
The minimum of people detected to trigger an event. But let me check one more thing. Public. Is there a hat in it as well? There is a hat in it. It's 30 pixels. So that should be sufficient. I'm not sure why it's not really functioning as expected. That's weird. There is something. Let me check on the other one. This new ones are still working. No, leave that one there. We'll put an extra one to it. Oh, CD. That. It's not in the system. What's going on? Relevant object types are not in the. That is weird. I'm not sure where that's coming from. Let's make this one bigger then. What's wrong? Relevant object types are not in the. Don't know what the issue is. Check. I'm not sure what the issue is now. I need to check.
Okay, no problem. You can later talk with the team and
Yeah.
check it out.
Not sure why it's not working as expected. Any other questions from your side?
Okay, for now, I think we are done. I get the point of the system, and we will check later with Armand. Maybe ask some numbers, some testing options,
Yeah.
and
Good.
yeah. And
sorry?
no, continue.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, what's your first impression?
It's a quite nice thing. I think it's almost, not almost, but some features are like BriefCom gives us.
Yeah, we have some.
Yeah, but we'll see how the numbers play out for us, because
Yeah.
always it's about the money.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. All right. I think we've come to a conclusion. If there are any other questions, ask them to Armand later on. I'm happy to support if needed. Just from my side, thank you very much for this interactive session. I'm happier doing this than just going through a long presentation about what we do. You asked the right questions, showing that you are familiar with what AI platforms are doing. So thanks for that.
Yeah, thank you too.
Okay, thank you very much. So then I stop recording and
Yeah.
let you know.